So for the next upper body exercise that we'll be doing is known as a push-up. A push-up is a good body weight exercise that you can perform at home, and you can do different types of push-up to make the exercise more challenging or easier for you to do. So for push-ups, we'll be working on the chest and shoulder muscle, while the back muscles will be helping to facilitate the movement. So for the first exercise is a wall push-up. For a wall push-up, you can start out with your feet and legs together, standing about 2 feet away from a wall with your arms straight out in front of you. Keep your arms directly underneath at your shoulder height and shoulder width apart, with your finger pointing towards the ceiling. If it's too far for you to reach, move your feet closer towards the wall. So bend your elbows and lean your body towards the wall until your nose almost touches it, and ensure that your hips doesn't sag and your back stays in a neutral position. After that, you can push back to the starting position and repeat this for 15 to 20 repetitions. Do this comfortably before you move on to the next progression. So once you have mastered the wall push-up, or you are competent at it, the next exercise that we're going to do is called a knee incline push-up. Stand in front of a box or bench, and then you bend down and place both of your hands on either side with your fingers pointing forward. Your hands should be around shoulder width apart, and if you need a wider space, please choose the appropriate equipment so that it is safe for you. Once your hands are in the right position, put your knees onto the floor and make sure that your body is in a straight line. Your head should align with your spine, and make sure that your lower back isn't sagging before continuing. Bend your arms slowly and lower your chest towards the box, and then straighten your arms back to bring yourself up into a straight line. So you can start out with doing 10 times for 3 sets, and you can increase the repetitions, or you can move on to the next exercise, which will be an incline push-up. So for the next exercise is an incline push-up. This exercise will be harder as it requires more balance and stabilization from your abdominal muscles. So the setup will be similar to a knee incline push-up, except this time the difference is that your knees will be up, so your body has to be aligned in a straight line, and make sure that your hips or your lower back doesn't sag while you're doing the push-up. You can perform this push-up for about 10 repetitions for about 3 sets, and then you can slowly start to increase the repetitions or the amount of sets that you do as you get stronger. So for the next progression is known as a knee push-up. So for the knee push-up, this time without an incline, you start out with placing your knees on the floor or an exercise mat. Your hands should be directly below your shoulders, around shoulder width apart, ensuring that your fingers face forward, and keep your feet together. So throughout the exercise, keep your back straight, starting with bending your elbows until your chest is almost touching the floor. Pause for a moment and push back to the starting position. So you can perform this for about 10 repetitions, 3 sets, and increase this as you progress. So for this exercise, remember to always keep your hips and your body in line, and make sure that your lower back or your hips do not drop. Keep your spine in a neutral position. So for the final exercise, the final progression of a push-up is a regular push-up. So for this exercise, make sure you're competent to do all the previous exercises before you attempt this one. So get down on the floor on all fours, positioning your hands slightly wider than your shoulders, and ensure that your fingers are pointing forward. So you make sure that you keep your body in a straight line from head to toe without letting your lower back or your hips drop. You can position your feet closer together or wider depending on what's more comfortable for you. So inhale as you slowly bend your elbows and lower yourself until your chest almost touch the floor. And exhale as you push yourself up, and do not lock your elbows, keep them slightly bent.